Hello and bonjour. It's Laura from Hyperstamper, and I said bonjour because this is a French junk journal, French themed, I should say. This is a book from 1895 called The Two Sieges of Paris by G.A. Henty. I've got a few of these Henty books, and the cover of this one is lovely. The spine is beautiful. I didn't add a bangle. I held one up that I had made, and I just thought it was classier alone because it's French. And if the purchaser of this at hyperstamper.etsy.com would like the bangle added, you just have to let me know in the notes when you purchase and I'll add one. Let's take a little look inside this very beautiful journal. Everything in here is authentic, antique and vintage ephemera, and the French pieces are authentic French. Some from France, mostly from France actually. So here's the original date, publication date, 1895. And this is a book from this Cours d'Histoire, and that is also from the, I want to say the 1800s as well. And that is the Arc de Triomphe on the Champs-Élysées in Paris, which I thought was perfect there. This is just an antique page book, and I pulled this off of a vintage cufflink, and it's the Fleur de Lis. Isn't that neat? This I just made out of a Rolodex card, and it says, I love the French handmade stuff. I pulled that out of a book years ago, and it's just been sitting in my little box that I keep page sentences and titles in. I just love it. I think it's really cool. And then this here is a floating pocket, and I've got a journaling tag in here, and then a French, very old French piece. It's quite brittle, but it's a French sort of cartoon in there, but you can journal on the back or collage with it. And then on the inside, I have another journaling tag here on a French dictionary page and another journaling tag here. So just really kind of fun stuff there. We've got a French lessons page here. And then some clusters. This is a piece from a magazine that also has Fleur de Lis jewelry on it. And I thought that was fun there. This came from another book, of the inside of another book, and it's a map of Paris, and that is from an antique book. And then this here is from this one again, and it's just got this beautiful image here, and that one is from the Museum of Versailles. So if you know France, you know about Versailles. This is a book on French and international Baroque art from a 1937 book. And this here, it's not French, but it has a French last name on it, Cote, which is a French last name on that 1953 receipt. And then the cover of this little mini booklet here is a French dictionary, vintage French dictionary page. So I thought that was beautiful and appropriate to put into there. Here's another wonderful page from that same Cours d'Histoire book, and also of France. And some of these beautiful French pages here. And then over here, I've made a double pocket from the 1955 stamp collector's book, French Oceana. And there is another fun French page here from 1920s. And then this is actually from this art book here. It's vintage, and it is a plate, the artist Pissarro, and that is a self-portrait of him. So that's kind of cool. That is a street in Pontoise. And over here we have a French song here, which I thought was perfect. And this is a vintage French stamp from 1950, sorry. It's the only one I have, actually. They're hard to come by. And this here is not French, it is English, but it's just a teacher's note here. The red ink is what the teacher wrote, and this is actually from the early 1900s or late 1800s. I'm sorry, late 1800s. So having red ink was just really only for accountants and teachers. Star Spangled Banner here, and you'll see the rest of it on the other side. That's from a vintage bird book. Just some beautiful fabric that I thought had a French feel. It is vintage and beautiful. Antique paper underneath, rest of the Star Spangled Banner, crochet, vintage Encyclopedia of Home Economics. That one's on sewing. More fun clusters, a botanical book page, vintage, and this is from the Paris, France Almanac. and that one is from December. Look how fun that is. Look at this wonderful image down here. And over here is that 1800s image from Cours d'Histoire. And this is really cool from the 1940s. It's another book cover from, the book is long gone, but I just kept this cover because I thought it was cool. Le Spleen de Paris Poems. Really, really nice piece there. And this fell off when I was trying to glue it down, so I just glued it onto the other side. The little spine of the book there. Just really fun French pages here, and just some fun stuff up here. That's from 1920s. Another great image there from Paris, France Almanac. This is not French, but it's just a lovely little children's book page. And the fairies lifting this girl up. A vintage playing card. And this is another French plate that you can take off, and that is from a vintage art book as well. And then you've just got another little hidden journaling spot there and there. And here's another French advertisement from the 30s. Look at that. How cool is that? Hard to believe, isn't it, that it's from the 30s? But a lot of wonderful French, authentic French ephemera. I don't print or copy anything, use anything commercial. And this is from the Etude magazine from 1920. And look at that wonderful woman up there. It's all about music, not French, but still fantastic. And double pocket there, and just another 1950s receipt there for fun. This I found in a theater arts magazine. It was a coupon, 8 months for $5. You wouldn't get a half a month here for $5. And this is the pièce de résistance, which is a postcard from France. And look at how wonderful that is. Isn't that amazing? Can't do any better than a cafe along the river. So I'm putting that up on Etsy now, hyperstamper.etsy.com. I hope you loved it as much as I loved making it. Don't forget to subscribe.